welcome back. So this is not my usual location. I am traveling right now, which is kind of the subject of this video. I am on spring break because my school starts very early, so our spring break is in winter, and I decided to see some family, and right now I'm actually visiting my boyfriend, and yeah, very exciting, very fun. And I thought I'd talk about the makeup that I brought with me because I think it's really interesting to kind of manage, space and convenience and preferences while traveling. Do you bring project pan items? Do you bring favorites? Do you just bring stuff that's small? And I will be thinking about this even more because I'm actually going home for the summer. So I will be leaving parts of my makeup collection behind for like pretty much 3 months. And so it'll be an interesting decision to make about what I bring and what I leave behind. And some of my thoughts in this video might reflect on that later, or might be relevant in the future when that happens. So I thought I'd just walk you through everything I brought with me, kind of what I thought when I packed it, and I'm actually almost home again. I'll be going home tomorrow actually, which is kind of funny, so I can also reflect a little bit on like, did I actually end up using it? Was it a good decision? Anyway, yeah. So first of all, I brought everything in this Glossier bag. Also, sorry about the lighting. It's like really awkward because I can't close a blind because yeah, I'm in an Airbnb. I don't have control over it. I brought everything in this Glossier bag. It's nice. I like that it's basically like watertight, so if anything spilled, it would mostly stay contained, although there is a little rip in the side, and the size is really nice. It's nice and big. It can fit lots of stuff. So yeah, I packed everything in here. Okay, first of all is this Covergirl Foundation. This is a project pan item. I decided to bring it because I want to use it. It's a project pan item. It didn't end up, it can lie pretty flat, so I had space for it. And another item I wanted to bring, this Marc Jacobs Dewdrops, which are also a project pan item. I don't really like using these separately, or at least I don't like using these on their own. I only like mixing them. So I decided to bring both of these and see if I could use them. I haven't used them a ton, but whatever. I don't regret bringing them or anything. They're totally fine. Next is my Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. This is just the everyday concealer I'm using. I did think briefly about bringing my favorite concealer instead, which I apply with my fingers, but I ended up having enough space to bring the brush that I used to apply this, and I thought I'd just stay consistent and keep working on this concealer instead of switching out for another one for like the week that I was away. The next item is my Maybelline eye primer. I don't love this, but I figured it's small. I might as well bring it, see if I use it. If I don't use it, it's whatever. And yeah, that's what I've stuck to. I've used it a couple times. Okay, next is my L'Oreal powder, which I thought this might happen because it's repressed, but this broke a couple days ago. It's pretty bad. It's nasty in there. So I will just wait until I'm home to repress this again. I hope I won't lose any product. I did kind of see it a little bit on some of my other stuff, but I thought that might happen. I don't have great love for this powder. I don't really care about it, so it's fine, whatever. I thought I'd bring it just in case I used it a lot. I only ended up using it a few times, but that's okay. Next is my Bare Minerals bronzer, which is a mini, which is nice and convenient. It's also in my project pan. Yeah, this is what I'm working on this year. It's in the shade Warmth. It looks exactly the same as it has always looked. One day I will hit pan on this bronzer. But yeah, I figured I'd bring this because it's the bronzer that I'm working on, and just in case I ever wanted to use bronzer, I would have it with me. It's nice and small. I think I've only used this once in the week that I've been gone. Oops. Next is my Milk Makeup Lip Plus Cheek Stick. I don't know what this is actually called, but this was in the Sephora birthday gift a couple of years ago. It's nice and small. I actually really enjoy this blush, but I never use it when I'm at home. I don't know. I've used it a couple times this year, and I've definitely used it, especially when I've been traveling in the past, because it's so convenient. Super easy to apply with your fingers. I'm ranked today. I'm really glad I brought this. I do want to try and finish this up. There's so much product left. I do want to try and work on this year, so that's part of why I brought it, and also because it's so nice and convenient. And then I have my Glossier Boy Brow, which is just the brow gel that I'm working on. Very nice. And then this mascara sample, which is the mascara that I'm working on. This is the Gucci mascara. These are both just they're what I use, so of course I'm going to bring them. I also brought my e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I don't love the shade of this, but it's the only brow pencil I have right now. I thought it would be nice to have it around just in case. Next, I'm going to talk about my palettes. The first one is my Tartelette Flirt palette. One of these shadows is in my Project Pan this year, which is this one, and then the others are just nice to have around. I haven't used them a ton, but I have used some of them, and it's also nice because it has a mirror. Even though it's a tiny mirror, the only other mirror that I have with me is in my powder, which I don't really want to use now because the powder might fall all over me. Yeah, super nice having this around. The next palette is my Covergirl True Naked Nudes palette. This is like a classic palette for me. I've had it for years. I've used up a lot of it. I mostly brought it for these two shades. This one's kind of like a highlighting shade and this one's like a lid shade. They're super nice and neutral and easy, and this is the only like highlighting shade I brought with me, so that's kind of nice to have. And if this like completely fell apart or if I lost it or anything, I would not be sad. I would be fine with that. So that's part of why I brought it. My third palette is this singles palette, which is made up of some Project Pan eyeshadows and just some other complementary and focus eyeshadows. Okay, so first of all, I'll hold it like this. This is Libra. It's from ColourPop, and it's in my Pan Those eyeshadows. These two are also from ColourPop. This is Sip and Soup, and this is Cocoa Crush, and they were kind of in a Build Your Own palette I did that I wanted to bring with me. They're nice and shimmery and neutral. This is Tempera from the Modern Renaissance palette, which I'm trying to finish this year. This is also from the Modern Renaissance. It's not anything, I just wanted to bring it because it's a nice shade, and it was also in a Build Your Own palette I made. Similarly with this shade, I think this was from Ofra. I think I got it in Ipsy. Anyway, it's just like a nice gold shimmer. This is Going Steady, also from ColourPop, which is in my Pan Those eyeshadows. This, I'll just move here, is from Juvia's Place. It's Ya DJ. It's also in Pan Those eyeshadows. This is Red Ochre from my Modern Renaissance, which is in my deck of panning right now. And then this is Hybrid from Looksy, which is just kind of a shade I picked to complement these purpley tones because it's really lovely. So yeah, that's this palette. I hope that wasn't too confusing. I actually really like this color story, and I'm quite pleased with it. I've only used this a couple times, but I really enjoyed the looks all those times. Today, I went for kind of the more purpley look. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, I used Libra, I used Going Steady, and I did use Hybrid. Really lovely palette. For singles, I brought these two, which are both from ColourPop. They're both in my deck of painting. This is Moonwalk, and this is Ritz. Super easy to use. You can just use them with fingers. They're nice and shimmery. And that's it for eyeshadows. And then I just have lips. So I ended up bringing 5 lip products, which is kind of a lot, but that's okay. First of all, let's just go. This is my Bare Minerals lipstick that's in my Project Pan. It's in my Project Pan, and it's a nice neutral shade. This is my ColourPop lipstick that's in my Project Pan. It's in the shade Sucker. Yeah, whatever. It's nice. They're both nice and nude. They're both in my Project Pan. In addition to that, I brought my e.l.f. Sheer Slick lipstick in the shade Golden Pear. This was like, those two are like, one of them's cool tone pink, one of them's more peachy, and this one's like kind of more orangey. So I like this when I do kind of a yellowy orangey look. I've also been keeping this in my like everyday makeup basket recently. It's really great to have around. And then I brought my Fresh Lip Balm, which is in my Project Pan as well, which, a little spoiler if you want to see, I am so close to using this up. Like, it is to the plastic. Wow, so proud of myself. This is great to have around. I wear this a lot while I'm on vacation, or, you know, traveling or anything. And then lastly, I brought this lip gloss, which is from Joa. This is actually my favorite lip gloss. Like, I love this lip gloss so much. It's the perfect color and texture for me. And yeah, I have been using a different lip gloss because I'm trying to like rotate through my lip glosses, and I was like, I'm not bringing that with me traveling. Like, this is what I want, especially because that one also leaks. So this is just the perfect lip gloss. I'm actually gonna put some on right now. So nice, such a great lip gloss. I was actually sent this through Influencer, and wow, am I glad that I got it, because I would never have bought this otherwise. Okay, lastly, I shouldn't talk. Oh wait, no. I forgot about these because they were in with my brushes, but I also brought 2 eyeliners. This one because it's in my Project Pan, it's from Jordana, and this one mostly because I just like to use the brush. I haven't actually used this liner. It's from Ciate London. I haven't actually used the liner at all, I've just used the brush. So I figured I had space for both of them, so I put them both in my little brush container, which is actually, I just bought the, what's it called? Vanilla Co. Paw brush, and it came in this little thing, and I was like, I'm putting my brushes in that, and I'm taking them with me traveling, like, this is perfect. Okay, so first of all, in terms of brushes, the one brush that wasn't in there was this brush from ColourPop. I think it was part of their, like, kind of gray brush collection. I forget what it's called. It's the F23 brush. I use this for powder mostly, but I can also kind of use it for blush or for, I used it for bronzer today. I don't know, it was kind of weird, but it was just like a nice small brush. I had a thing that could go around it to make sure it didn't get messed up in my backpack, so that was nice. And then in this cylinder, I brought 7 brushes. Okay, apparently I also brought this liquid liner. I did not remember packing that. Oops. Okay, so I brought both of my Anastasia Beverly Hills brushes. I don't support this brand. These are just, I figured they're double-sided, so they're pretty convenient. I don't use them a lot the rest of the time. If they got messed up, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah, and I've been using these a decent amount. They're nice. They're nice to have. It's nice to have 2 different shapes in one brush. I brought my Real Techniques Insta Pop crease brush. I use this for like the outer corner, not the crease at all, but it's nice. It's also very short, which was one of the requirements of fitting in this cylinder, so that's nice. I brought 2 brushes, which are from a really old set that my mom got me at Target. These are great. I really love this shape, this kind of fluffy shape for the crease, and I like this like dense shape for the outer corner. So these were nice. They're also short. Oh wait, also in that set is this brush, which I use as like a liner brush. It's like very thin and small. This I have been using just in general for the dark blue shadow in my Panos eyeshadows, so it was like a no-brainer to bring. And then the last brush is also from Real Techniques. This is the brush I use as a concealer brush. It's called the Expert Concealer Brush. So yeah, this is what I use for concealer. It's very helpful. That's it. That's everything I brought. I mean, it's definitely a decent amount of makeup, but it's kind of perfect. It's been perfect. I would say the things I've used most have probably been these. So this palette, because it's like just got the inner corner, which I love to do an inner corner highlight even if I have nothing else. My mascara, my brow gel, my concealer, and this blush I would say I've used the most. It's fun to have some makeup when you like want to try, do something fun, but also I can just ignore everything and just leave it if I don't want to, if I don't want to worry about that, if I'm too busy because I'm spending time with family or whatever. But yeah, that's everything. I hope that was interesting to watch. I'm curious if you guys have any very different priorities when you travel with makeup. What do you bring? What do you not bring? Yeah, and if you have any suggestions for me while I'm home this summer, I have been thinking about what I'm going to do. I thought maybe I'd do like just a summer project pan where I just have special things just for while I'm away from my apartment or something like that. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.